Hi everyone. Welcome to a new show. We have a new show we're going to start. It's called Grant's Retro Reviews. Or as I like to call it, Grant's excuse to review some movies that are, older than the last couple of years that Grant wants to talk about. So this will be an on and off series I want to do when we have downtime between movies. The Olympics are going on. I have no shows to watch at the moment. I have no review planned really until tomorrow's screening of The Suicide Squad and Friday's screening of 9 Days. So I just decided, screw it. And we will begin this series with a video you thought I forgot about, but I didn't. And that is, you know what it is, right here behind me. Good Burger. Don't demonetize me if I come. On a snazzy new Blu-ray. This Blu-ray came out literally only a few months ago. I got it on Amazon for $10 freaking. Shows how underrated this movie is. Alright, this movie is undeniably a cult classic of the 90s, late 90s. It's also a watershed movie for me because I'm pretty sure it's the first movie I saw in a movie theater. And it can't be entirely for sure because I wasn't even 4 yet, but apparently my mom I have moderate memories of seeing this in a theater, particularly seeing the Action League Now cartoon in front of it, which was theatrically in front of it, and my mom told me that she explicitly remembers taking the whole family, including my infant brother, to see the movie for my older sister's birthday because she was a massive Nickelodeon head, as was I. So, I'm pretty sure this might have been my first theatrical experience with seeing the movie Good Burger. And I'm going to say this right now. And take you back to the glorious age of the late 90s to early 2000s. So here in the St. Louis Metro, we used to have a grocery store called Shop and Save. And we currently have one called Schnucks, which basically cannibalized all of Shop and Save. Basically, much like you'd have Blockbuster, which we also have, or Family Video, which we also had video rentals from the grocery store. We had a nice little hut right behind the Shop and Save, or maybe it was Schnucks, I can't remember when, where you could rent all the great VHS tapes. For you young ones, VHS tapes are videotapes that when you'd rent them, you'd have to rewind them before sending them back. And one of the VHS tapes we always rented in that iconic orange case that Nickelodeon always did was this film. Good Burger is one of those movies that has started friendships for me since I was small. It has been one of those iconic movies that I always go back to when I have a really bad day, and has also surprisingly held up in the last 25 or so years. Almost 25 years. The movie came out in 1997, and I'm telling you this right now, this is weirdly enough, a polarizing film. It's a cult classic. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love Good Burger. Good Burger is fantastic. It is a wonderful comedy. It is stupid, but it is the best kind of stupid. It falls into the same category of something like Kung Pao Enter the Fist, in that it shouldn't work, but it does, because it's just that damn funny. We might be reviewing Kung Pao Enter the Fist down the line as well. Just word of warning. It was the second film by Nickelodeon Movies, which its first film was also the equally iconic Harriet the Spy, which, I don't know if you watched it recently, but I also own that film on DVD, rewatched it recently. Holy crap, that is the most dark and cynical children's movie I've ever seen, and that was basically the way in the 90s, and even by that standard, Harriet the Spy is really dark and cynical, especially for a children's movie that is the debut feature of a children's network breaking it into the film business. Michelle Trachtenberg is an intentionally unlikable character. It is essentially the PG version of Welcome to the Dollhouse, and I love that movie also. But we are going, if you haven't seen it, it totally slaps. In case you also don't know who Michelle Trachtenberg is, she also was the screaming gummy bear on Robot Chicken. So, but we're talking Good Burger. Who made Good Burger and what's it about? Well, Good Burger is directed by Brian Robbins in one of two good films he did, the other being Varsity Blues. Everything else that followed was absolute shit. He also is the wonderkin behind films such as 1,000 Words, Norbit, Meet Dave, and the Shaggy Dog remake. I don't know how to feel about that. But it's okay, because he did Good Burger. And what is Good Burger about? And who else is involved? It is also written by Dan Schneider. Shit. let's address the elephant in the room. The writer of this dude is kind of a bad guy. He shaped a lot of our childhoods with basically every show that Nickelodeon ever produced, including Kenan and Kel, iCarly, Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh, of course, being one of my personal favorites, and it will always be, regardless of some of the behavior of not only their writer, but one of the titular duo. Let's put it this way. One actor is on Turner and Hooch. The other one is in jail. Look at the poster for Turner and Hooch, and you will know which one of Drake and or Josh is the one. It's not. I'll say this: it's not Josh. All right. But what is the film about, and who stars in it? Well, speaking of Kenan and Kel, the film stars Kenan Thompson. That's right, Kenan Thompson, aka Mr. Saturday Night Live. It also stars Kel Mitchell, who is a really underrated comic actor who should work more often. It is based on a skit from the long-running series All That, which is one of the very best ones, even though it is built around a single line, and it's a single line that is said a lot in this film, which is, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, can I take your order?" Which every kid my age annoyed their parents to death with, and that's this movie. And basically, Kenan Thompson plays Dexter Reed. He is a man or a teenage boy rather, whose teacher is Sinbad, basically playing like an old school blaxploitation afro wearing disco dude. But he's Sinbad, so he's also freaking hilarious in this movie because Sinbad's also freaking hilarious. Anyway, in a brief little punch-up car accident, Dexter accidentally damages the car of his teacher, played by Sinbad, while basically out joyriding with his mother's car. And in order to pay it off, he agrees to get a summer job at Good Burger, which is a local burger stand, which one of the employees is the idiotically good-natured Ed, who is one of the funniest movie characters ever. Don't at me. I'm serious. You can fight me if you want to. He's played by Kel Mitchell. And his whole shtick is that basically he literalizes everything. And that leads to some of the funniest moments in this movie and in comedies of the 90s. Wait, you asked for a burger with nothing on it. It's like, I expected a meat patty. Dude, you said you wanted something. I meant nothing. It's like, I'm Ed. I'm aware. I thought you said your name was Kurt. And yeah. It's a very silly film, but basically what happens is that he only takes that job after first starting at Mondo Burger, which is this monstrous company run by Kurt, who is one of the greatest movie villains pretty much ever, as far as I'm concerned, who is, the nostalgia critic, I think, summed up pretty well, is that he looks like if you took Sting, Ben Stiller, and Frankie Muniz into a blender. And, yeah, basically, he's a great movie villain. This movie's hilarious, and I don't know what else to say. This movie is funny. Is it deep? No. Although there is some genuine heart between the two characters, but is it funny? Oh boy, yes it is. And it's also clean funny. This movie is rated PG. Anyone of any age can watch it, and everyone of every age will find it funny, because it's just funny. If you like dumb, silly comedies of the Bill and Ted reign, much like I do, that might be a video later on, you will love this delicious cult classic. I'm going to give Good Burger 4 out of 5 stars. This movie is phenomenal. Go watch it. Okay, we will be back eventually doing more retro reviews, but we will also be back very soon with my review of The Suicide Squad, right? 9 Days, Val Vivo, Mysterious Benedict Society, all that jazz, and maybe this weekend, if you're really good, I'll do Rogue One so we can get out of the prequel den and start going on our way to the original Star Wars movies. That'll all be next time, and until next time, again, the movie and TV guy, I see it all, I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you want to check me out, elsewhere, I am on Letterboxd at Grant the Movie and TV Guy. Like this video, subscribe if you wanna, and click the bell. I don't know what it does, but I guess it really helps out. So go ahead and thanks for stopping by, and thank you all. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Thank you all. Take care.